Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here once again, and this is going to be my review of 2016's The Magnificent Seven. And the plot of this movie is about seven gunslingers who get together to protect a group of, I don't know if villagers if it's the right name, but colonists back in the day, I guess is the best way to describe it. And they are being overrun by a evil baron of sorts who wants to take their land to mine for gold. And this movie stars everybody that I can think of, but Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, we have Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, let me see, Peter Sarsgaard, Haley Bennett. The list goes on and on. And it's directed by Antoine Fuqua, who also worked with Denzel on the awesome The Equalizer remake. So here we have another remake again, and this is a remake of I think it's 1960, The Magnificent Seven, starring Yul Brynner and Charles Bronson, which is also a remake of Seven Samurai, directed by Akira Kurosawa. I hope I'm saying that right. I've seen Seven Samurai. I love Seven Samurai, but I've never actually seen the 1960 The Magnificent Seven. I'm not a huge fan of westerns, but that being said, every time that movie came on, I always saw it in parts. I've never actually sat and watched the entire thing. But due to the star quality of the remake, and of course I like Antoine Fuqua's work a lot, so I wanted to see this movie. And the highest praise I can pay this film is that it made me want to see the 1960s movie. I wanted to leave the cinema right then and there and go and see what inspired this film, because that's how much I enjoyed this movie. Um, while it does feel updated, it manages, to me anyway, it managed to keep that respect for the original. Even the opening sequence, the opening title sequence, the way it rolls is like, back in the day when we were watching movies and we had to sit through about 5 minutes of credits rolling across the screen. The star's name, the director, written by. You used to have to sit through all that stuff in the beginning of the movie. Now they do it at the end. They did it here. And I kind of like that little nod to classic films. The movie itself also looks really good. While it doesn't quite look 100% Western authentic 1960 or back in the day, further than that I guess, because it is based on a time further back than that, of course. It looked good, but it still had that kind of Hollywood feel to it, so not 100% there on the authenticity. The acting, though, is what I think made this movie work really well. This collaboration, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, these guys are knocking it out of the park. Denzel Washington is an old hand at this, and Chris Pratt has recently been like he just went from somebody that just worked on television to somebody who is making movies sell like 500 million plus at the box office with Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah, there's and then of course you have Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin. He is always an actor who brings his A game. Ethan Hawke is amazing. So everybody here, I think, had a big part to play in how well this movie worked, because everybody here worked really well together. You had to believe that these guys would work together to really enjoy this film. Peter Sarsgaard as a villain, I think he added a certain layer of menace to that villain that I'm not sure about the original, like I said, but I think he did really well here. He's always been an actor who, he comes in and it's almost like he's quiet, kind of under the radar, but he puts in magnificent performances as well. For me, what I really enjoyed in this movie, more than anything, was the action sequence. It really blew me away. And it shocked me in a way I didn't expect, in that the violence is not fun violence. These are people who are dying to protect their homes and to protect their loved ones from somebody who is just unrepentantly evil. This guy does not care who he has to kill to get this land. And watching these people fight, yeah, the action sequences are well shot and it's well done, but there's a grit and a kind of realism to that aspect of it that was shocking to me. It's just like, it was hard to watch at times, to see these people die, especially you spend time with them and you've gotten to know them. And I think Antoine Fuqua did a really good job of making these people seem real. They're not just background characters. So when they started dying, you really did feel that. And the same says for the core cast. And but I don't want you guys to think it's not fun. It is fun. There's a lot of fun here. Chris Pratt as the right hand man to Denzel Washington. He's actually not as like crazy funny as he is in, let's say, Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think that's a good thing because you don't want him portraying the same character over and over again. But his definite sense of humor is here in this character. I also loved what they did with Vincent D'Onofrio and Ethan Hawke's relationship with his friend Bai Hung Lee plays his kind of, I wouldn't say sidekick, but his best friend. Everybody here felt for the most fleshed out, but with the exception of maybe Red Harvest, that is the Native American character. We don't get to know a lot about him, but he looks cool. He looks cool. So it's hard to compare because I haven't seen the original, and maybe that's why I enjoyed this movie so much, because I did not see the original. It did not have that impact on me. Maybe I should sit and watch that movie with someone who's seen that original film and see what they have to say about it, and but other than that, I think this movie is a solid, fun Western flick. The runtime didn't seem that long. I really love when they do the whole gathering, the gang sort of thing in movies. I really dig that kind of stuff, and they do it here well. Where they have to gather this one and that one, and they show you, why this person is feared and why this person's reputation is what it is. And I really kind of dug that. I love that aspect of it. I also love the first time there's a scene where they have a kind of standoff against the head bad guy's main henchman. That scene went down beautifully, flawlessly. It showed the skill of everybody involved in the gang, and it was a lot of fun. It wasn't like the other shootout scene that was kind of scary. This one was a lot of fun. So I think this movie overall is quite enjoyable. Does it live up to the caliber of Magnificent Seven? 1960, I don't know. Does it live up to the caliber of Seven Samurai? Hell no. I don't think many movies live up to the caliber of Seven Samurai. And if you haven't seen that movie, seriously, give yourself a minute, put aside some time, and go and watch Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. You will not regret it. That is an amazing film. And so many other ensemble type action films have taken pieces from that movie. Once you've seen it, you see what I'm talking about. So overall, I'm going to give The Magnificent Seven a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I recommend seeing it in theaters. I think that's the better way to see it, the better way to enjoy it. If you've seen the original, please feel free to comment and tell me which one you think is better, or why it's better, or what this one did. Maybe this one did something better that you liked. And like and share. And thanks again, everyone. Till next time. Bye bye.